Hi everyone. So this is kind of part two from the yurts assignment that we are going to be working on for the very first in class, so your classroom assignment for the web portion of this module 3. And I noticed that I probably needed to cover a little bit more of the second page as far as creating bulleted lists go, or in this case, how we refer to it as unordered lists. So I'm not going to go in and, do new site or anything. I already have my yurts site up over here. And if you guys are using Dreamweaver, or even if you're using brackets, whatever the site was that you kind of left brackets with or left Dreamweaver with, that's going to be open here. So I'm not going to start a new site. Instead, I'm just going to create a new page in here. And this will be that activities page. I'm going to, it's going to be this page in here, which is the Pacific Resort text, which is kind of going to be those bulleted lists. I believe that it's that text, or maybe it's activities. No, that was the kayaking. So it'll be this one. And then the page, how that's going to look is this Pacific Trails here. I'll kind of show you, put it into a preview here. But this is what it's going to look like. I'm not going to do this whole page. I just want to show you how to do the unordered list, or create a bulleted list here in HTML5, not CSS. We won't cover any of that right now, but just using HTML to create this bulleted list, okay? So that's the purpose of this. So I'm just going to go in here and actually create, I'm going to open up this Pacific Resort thing too here, this text, because I'm going to go ahead and copy this so I get all of this information in here. So I'm already just going to take this and put it on my clipboard there so I have it. And then I'm going to go in and just start a new file in Dreamweaver here. So it's going to be file new. And the only thing, again, I'm going to do is that bulleted list. So I'm creating this. I'm going to go ahead and save it. It goes ahead and it creates my document there. And this is going to be, I think, I'll just say yurts. I don't know exactly what information it covers. So I'm just going to say yurts.html. It's going to go in my folder here. This is my root folder. Remember your site folder. I'm not going to go ahead and put it in there. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead in my body copy. So remember, we have to do see the code down here. I want to make sure I put my cursor in the right place. I'm going to hit a return just so I can see that space. Remember, once again, your body is your entire website. You need to make sure that you put it below the opening body tag and above the closing body tag, any information that you're going to have for your website. So I'm going to go ahead and paste that in here. I already went ahead and I put it on my clipboard there. And then if you recall, I'll open that, open that file up again so that we have kind of a look here at what this is supposed to look like and where we kind of start our initial, all right, so there. So we want to go in, what I'm going to show you to do is create this, private yurts with decks. So we're going to start in here in our HTML, and then that is what we'll work on here. Now this is called in HTML, it's actually called a bulleted list. Got the two mixed up, an unordered list. So you guys are used to creating bullets if you have information that you want to separate. And in here, in order to get this kind of look, what you have to do is wrap this text right here into what we call an unordered list, and then actually create, excuse me, actually create lists within that unordered list. So I'll show you what I'm talking about here. I'm going to go into my code here, and I'm going to start right here with inserting an what we call, again, that unordered list. So it's going to be left caret UL right caret. That's how you write unordered list. That's the opening tag. And then the closing tag, if you see over here, is going to go after guided hiking tours. So right here is where we're going to put the closing tag for that. So it's going to be left caret / and then UL right caret. All right, well, that didn't do a whole heck of a lot, right? So we need to go in here and kind of work with this and see what we can do about creating those lists. So each one of these here in a bullet, for these bulleted lists here, are called just lists. So what we have to do is separate each one of these parts of information that you want to have be its own separate bullet. And you need to go in and make it a list. And you need to wrap that list inside of this unordered list. So this is going to be left caret LI, that's the shortcut for lists, right caret. And then at the end of that, right here, and if you look up here now, we have this separated here with unordered lists. So you can see that up here. Here's your unordered list. This is where that occurred. And again, this space here is your default spacing, okay? So that's the default HTML spacing every time you add an unordered list. To change that, if you want to tighten anything up, or if you want to put more space in between the lists, that has to be done using CSS. All right, so I'm going to put my closing list here. So left caret / LI, and now you see I have a bullet. And this becomes, that list. And now all you do is you put those right in front of each one of these. So this is going to be LI for your opening tag. And at the end of shop, it'll be left caret / right caret. Now we have another list, another bullet. All right, nightly fine. So left caret LI, right caret. And then this ends at cafe. So left caret / right caret. All right, the next one is heated indoor pool. This sounds like a lovely yurts complex, doesn't it? All right, and it also has a whirlpool. Left caret / right caret. And then lastly are your guided hiking tours. So again, we do left caret LI, right caret. And then it ends here, your closing list, left caret /. And that's it. Here you go. Again, this is the default. If I want to change the appearance of this, so I don't want this as my font, I want a different font. I want my bullets to be numbers or something like that. Or I want it to be some other appearance. Maybe I want to put an object, an image in here that I created to create my bulleted list. I can do that, but I have to do that using CSS. So your cascading style sheets, that's where that comes in. All right, I'm not doing the rest of this. This is all I wanted to show you was how to create an unordered list. So once again, you're going to go in and do unordered list. And then inside of your unordered list, you'll go in and do your lists. So I'm going to separate this out here a little bit so you can see what's buried inside of what. Remember, I said that it always helps to kind of separate things out so that you can see what goes inside of what. And then I'll open this out just a teeny bit here to give you one more visual of it so you can kind of see. We'll open up the window a little bit here. There you go. And now you can see this a little bit clearer. So you've got your unordered list, closing unordered list, and then each one of these, everywhere you want a bullet, is a new list. Just don't forget to put your closing list at the end of where you want that to end. And that's it for this lesson. Hopefully you learned something from it and you'll work with this on page 2 of your yurts assignment, classroom assignment.